good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening. I mean, I
Oh,
know.
you're talking to them.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jack's there. I don't know who else is.
Hello.
Hello, Jack. Hope you're doing well.
Well, imagining the other person or other people are new people, we're going to introduce ourselves.
Hmm.
So, welcome to Sit, Talk, and Hobby live stream episode 140, Tom.
140.
Um,
Tracking in that 200.
140. I am Dom, and my friend over here is
I'm still Tom. I
Tom.
still am.
And
Yeah.
basically, what we do is we sit here, talk hobby, talk all sorts of things, and encourage you to do exactly the same. However, disclaimer is today you will need a cold drink because it is very hot.
I am
So,
sweating in this little box room I call my hobby room, which is with the door shut so as not to hear anything else in the flat, and a window right there with the sun sort of just gently heating the room.
gently heating the room. Lovely.
Yeah, so it makes it easier to say. Let me just pop this chat out as well so I can read you guys a bit better.
I have got the studio door wide open. There were church bells ringing a minute ago, so
That's
hopefully they've
that's a bit of ambiance.
silenced themselves. But Tom, what hobby are you working on today?
I'm back on the Terminators, so you probably can't see. Oh yeah, you can actually. There's some edging going.
Oh, there we
You
go.
can start
Well
to see it
done.
now. I'm on the last two edge highlights now. So and these
Lovely.
ones aren't quite as intense because these are ones that are picking out the certain parts of the edges rather than the whole lot. So hopefully I have that done, and I'm going to start working on some metal work. What about yourself?
Well, I am working on similar to you, Chaos Terminators. Da, 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 da.
Hey.
So I'm currently gluing them together. They're on the spikes and pauldron stage. They've all got arms and weapons and heads. So I
At
just need to kind of glue the other bits on.
least the spikes and
And
pauldrons are easy.
they're the most important part, Tom.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it gives you that chaos theme, doesn't it?
it does. It's quite important this army to have a chaos theme. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I love these models. They are so cool. Probably a bit like your Imperial ones, where they're just there's a lot of character, and I'm trying to make them all as individual as I possibly can,
See,
which is
I would counterpoint the individuality point for the for Terminators Imperial ones anyway, because they are a little bit regimented, but I think that's kind of to be expected from the
yeah,
Imperium. To be fair,
very true.
it is that style. But the new kits are very nice, just in general, because they just improved all the bits that needed improving. So like size and putting them together is much easier, all that kind of jazz. So
Nice. Yeah, they are very cool kits. Shade a little bit of shade on the older ones. They could have tried harder, but they are very nice kits.
yeah, I think the older ones are a bit. I think they're a bit too squat. I think I would probably. I think that's how I would describe the old Terminator kit. But then saying that, they probably weren't squat in comparison to what like a Primaris is. I think now. So that's probably what I think compared to Primaris, they were probably quite squat, whereas in old style Marines, they probably were roughly the right size. But now I think they've got the sizing bang on.
Nice. How are they? A size comparison? Can you see a size comparison between a
I have.
Terminator and a Primaris?
Do you know what? I wish I could, but I don't know if I've got a. That would be a negatory, unfortunately. I haven't got anything nearby because it's all in boxes at the moment. So I'll have to do
Fair
that for
enough.
next time when I put some pictures up.
Yeah, it'd be good to see what the comparison looks like because yeah, I'd like to think they're a bit bigger than Primaris, but I've got a feeling they're probably
No, I wouldn't say they were taller. I'd say they're probably just they're more chunky. Yeah, they've definitely got that Terminator feel to them,
mm,
which I think the other ones kind of lacked in a way. Because yes, they were quite squat and thick, but I don't think they were quite as tall enough for for that direct comparison. So yeah.
fair enough. And what are the people in the chat working on tonight?
Well, Rules Lawyer says feeling very
Any?
sore from the gym and lying down in a dark room with two fans, some ice cold protein. Nice. That is a good way to cool off. And loves
Yep.
to turn it is. And Aaron Brown has just joined us as well. So thank you for coming along, Aaron. Thank you. I should also mention that we are revealing the challenge winner this evening as well. For if anyone had forgotten that's on
Wow.
tonight, because that is the hand date. And I have another one that I've cooked up, I believe.
Oh, nice. Good, good, good. That's what I like
So
to hear.
I was having a little think earlier, so we'll go through that once we get to that point. But we'll do that. We'll do that in a little bit as we normally do. We normally just get the stream started off before we
Absolutely.
start delving into all these winnings
What
and
we're gonna
losings.
get. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think everyone's a winner. So for
Anyone who takes part and goes out there to show us their models and what they're working on and kind of let us direct them in a particular way, is a hero in my eyes.
anyone who's prepared to take any kind of comment on their work is in my opinion, a very sort of brave, but also yeah, I think it helps anyone. I think having any kind of feedback on what you do is really helpful when you're trying to improve your painting as well. So
Absolutely.
and I've had much feedback over the years, and I have tried to take on board what I can when my pride allows me to.
Yeah, because there's normally the criticism's pretty horrible.
yeah. Dom just tells me I'm
Not
such a bad
constructive
painter. He's just horrible to
in
me.
any way.
He just walks in, picks up one and goes, "Watch this," and then throws it across the room and goes, "You can do better than that." And then I'm going to say, "How?" And you say, "No, I'm not going to tell you. You've got to learn."
Yeah. Gotta learn, Tom. You gotta learn. Learn the hard way, like we all did.
So we got just on a batch of AOS Cruel Boys Orcs and loved it. Now building the Stormcast from the set that I got. Ooh, very nice, Jack. Good, glad you're enjoying some AOS there. And Rules Lawyer saying, I am not working on anything right now. I have some Legion Imperials Bane Blades on my desk. I was going to freehand some basic camo patterns on for the contest, but didn't reach it. That's fair enough. It does happen. It's it's sometimes life takes control, and you can't always get the time to do stuff that you want to do. We understand this, so don't worry. But at least you were thinking about it, which is an important part of actually just starting to do it.
And Rules Lawyer, how big are the Bane Blades? Have you got a comparison of size? What
About
do
the
you
same
reckon?
as is this Legion Imperial? Of course, it's the smaller one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
teeny
sorry, yes.
tiny Bane Blades.
That would actually be quite a cool thing to see.
Tiny Bane Blades. I watched, like I said to Tom, I watched a Legion Imperialis game, Siege of Terror one, and
That's what I meant to watch the other day. We had that conversation then. I completely forgot what it was that we were talking. Well, not talking about. I couldn't remember the video. Sorry, the channel. No, now it's Play on Tabletop, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
I will add that to my playlist now. Sorry. Please.
Yeah, it was really good. It kind of like I had no idea what was going on throughout the entire game. However, it was very cool, and I was like, oh my god, I just want some tiny models. I want some tiny tanks. That would be so cool. But then I look around, I got my pile of shame building up in the corner. And it's like, no, you cannot have tiny tanks.
So I'll just
You've got enough stuff.
I'll buy you some for Christmas. I'll buy you some tiny
please.
tanks for Christmas.
Tiny tanks.
This is where we start doing a new game system now, Don. We're going to do Legion Imperialis. That's it. Done.
Yep.
It's locked in.
Tiny tanks are us. Yeah, and as for the Cruel Boys, I love their shields. I don't know what it is about those guys, but the shields are so cool. I think because it kind of calls back to the old fantasy ones.
I do miss the old fantasy orcs actually. I think they had that. They just had a very unique style. The old ones.
Well, lucky for you, Tom, there's a game called Old World out at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
Your index, middle, and blooming little thing on the bottom right.
So like this then, about that wide.
Yeah. Nice.
And good evening,
Hello,
Vicky. Thank you for coming along as well. I know you're probably sweltering in the other room right now, so after her Walking Dead-a-thon she's had this weekend or week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's almost finished the entire thing now, I think.
Oh wow, well done, Vicky.
I was dipping in and out, sort of catching bits of it. I thought, blimey, they've made this go on a long time. A couple of bits I was going, I think you've gone too long. I think you need to stop.
It's a hard one, I think. think with TV series, like they just go on sometimes
Yes.
because they've got such a fan base, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll carry on, we'll keep making more and more. And sometimes it's good just to go, enough's enough. We're
But
gonna do this, and we're gonna walk away, and you're gonna be happy that we did something, rather than drag this out for so long.
I think I think Walking Dead is an interesting one though because obviously they have a lot of spin-offs for it. So I think they could have ended the main series quite happily and then just carried on with the spin-offs earlier. But that's the way it rolls.
It is the way it rolls, Tom.
No, that's right. I might have to go back over that bit. That's
I've only seen some of the spin-off stuff, and yeah, I quite like it. Fear the Walking Dead, Vicky. If you haven't started watching that, I thoroughly enjoyed that series, and I recommend it to you. I'm looking forward to watching Walking Dead. Daryl Dixon.
yeah.
Looks a bit cool.
I think I read a little bit on that, and I think obviously he was sort of saying how he just enjoys playing the character. I think, and obviously they were sort of saying it's quite steady work, and he was like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, very consistent work.
I think he's one of those ones that's been obviously the main one and has been off since the beginning. So
He's done pretty well for himself, bless him. Right, that is all.
did actually watch. I'll tell you what I did watch it. I watched Ungentlemanly Warfare.
I watched that as well, Tom.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I enjoyed it for what it was. It was simple fun. Personally, that's what I thought. I wouldn't say it was going to win an Oscar. But it was all right. Bit crazy.
It was a bit crazy.
But yeah, if you compare it to something like Expendables 4.
Oh yeah.
I know that's quite a low bar, but no, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was silly fun. There were some bits that I thought were a bit rushed in it, but yeah, I think it worked. It's a good bit of fun. And yourself?
Good. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice blockbuster. It was very good. Like you said, it's not really going to be not a historical accurate kind of portrayal. It's kind of a nice hybrid, I think, between a historical film and an action film, where it's a bit silly and everyone can have a bit of fun knowing it's silly, not hopefully investing too much. Going, well, that's not exactly what happened. I was like,
No, it had that kind of Inglourious Bastards vibe to it, I think, in certain ways. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can't look into it too much, or you get yourself sad. We've got here. Interested to see how much dialogue goes. Can't remember Daryl Dixon saying much in the series. Yeah, you can't really. He's a bit of a Mad Max kind of character. Doesn't say much. Just kind of grunts
and nods.
Yeah.
But he's reliable.
Yeah, exactly.
He's dependable. That's it. Yeah.
Dependable Daryl. One of the most dependable of Daryls, I would say. Other Daryls, not so much.
Dependability Daryl.
Yeah, exactly. An Orkster evening. Managed to catch the live stream. Hello, Orkster! Unfortunately, not hobbying. Have to prepare for a meeting tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Well, hobby-wise, you're pretty prolific anyway, so I'm sure you can take your foot off the gas for one evening.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes, I think sometimes just having a small mini break isn't such a bad thing for us either, because it lets you refocus. Especially if you don't go back to things that you've been paying on a lot, you might have realised I was just paying that to try and finish it, not because I was actually enjoying it.
No, you're right. Yeah, you can just do it because you feel you have to do it, which I think is quite bad for the creative process.
Yeah.
Because you kind of end up like just rushing things and not enjoying them because you feel you're just doing it for a deadline rather than kind of doing it for the love of it.
Yeah, I think deadline, as we said before, deadlines have a purpose to sort of get you moving on something, but they're not necessarily good for necessarily what you want to do sometimes, especially if you get yourself really dialed into something.
Mm.
But in saying that, I've done some of my best work on deadline stuff or stuff I've had to get finished. So I'm not gonna knock it completely. I think it's got its points and
Oh,
purposes.
absolutely, absolutely. I think just one of the key things from my perspective is that if you're painting for the joy of it rather than doing it for a deadline, there's a lot less stress involved. Because I think if you're painting for a deadline, you've got that in the back of your head the whole time, like, right, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to kind of get this done as soon as possible. Where if you're just painting for the joy of it,
You just pick something up,
really.
paint it, put it back down. That's pretty
Yeah,
much it, isn't it?
exactly.
And so you kind of go, you kind of engage in it as much as you want to, which can help with if you kind of, it does actually, I think it kind of helps to indicate whether you're actually enjoying the stuff you're painting, because if you can't put it down, that's not a good sign. I mean, I will say that the heat at the moment doesn't help with painting, in my opinion, because sometimes I just want to sit here and paint.
Oh man, yeah. It's a killer at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, luckily for you, you have a nice fresh air door, so.
Yeah, very fortunate. My fresh
I
air
mean, I
door.
can open my window if you want.
No,
No,
I tell you, no.
didn't think you say.
Let's not do that, Thomas.
I think Dom
Let's keep
might
the
not
door
want the
shut.
traffic bleeding in the background. I mean, I can hear it from my headset at the moment in the background, so I don't want to inflict it on all of you, gentlemen and ladies.
Well, I like the novelty of having traffic, because, like I said, all I'm getting is bird songs and church bells. It's very stressful, Tom.
Thanks, man. I'll take some of that any day. That's the perks of living in a town centre. That's all I can say.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else we got going on here? Friend neighbourhood quizzes turn up. Welcome. I painted to a deadline for an event. You guys saw the progress between March and May onward. Yes, yeah, we saw that. That was good. Why I switched out my City Sigma. Love the idea of the army, but really don't like painting them too much, like painting guards. So, fair enough. Well, as I said, sometimes it's a good way to find. So I think actually just doing a few models from a range can really help you decide whether that's something you want to get into. I think sometimes as well.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the biggest tips I can give anyone is deciding if they want a fully painted army. Just get a couple of them and see how you enjoy painting them. I'd even recommend getting a simple one and then a slightly more complex one, so you can get an idea of what the jump in is for certain. Because some armies I think are quite. I wouldn't say, well, yeah, they're not all simple, but some of them can be done with simple steps, whereas some of them you can't, because of the detail involved on them.
Get those spikes on.
Dom likes spikes.
I love spikes. I love those little spiky bits on models that will always snap off when you least want them to.
That and
Like
aerials and tanks.
tank.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Those poor impulsors and my Gladiator Valiants, they are just, so annoying. They look really cool with them on, but I'm gonna have to magnetize them. I think it's the only thing I can do.
There must be certain things on all these models that we kind of get that always snap or break. Like, guys, anything that you can think of that always...
Iron halos on chaplains and captains. That's another one. It always seems to get sort of, because they always seem to stick above the head. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's good ones.
That and swords which point out from the model.
Yep.
Because they're definitely they're not traditional packing.
No, they're not. They are. Yeah, they're quite a nasty one actually, aren't they?
No, you both our armies suffer from that quite a bit because we have a lot of melee stuff.
I tell you what's worse than swords. Axes.
Okay, yeah.
Because the shaft of an axe is a lot narrower than a sword.
That's very true.
Axes will break more than...
Yeah, I think actually you probably get more breakages down the middle, whereas mine are probably more, the wrist is broken off or the entire sword's broken off at the haft. That's normally where this goes. Whereas yours probably get a bit more in the middle, which I think a middle break is a much more frustrating one to fix because
Yeah.
it's just never as strong. Doesn't matter what you do with it, you can glue it, career glue it. It just finds another place to break.
Yeah, it's really, really frustrating. Just having that bit, and you're like, oh god, or spears as well. Because it used to be like when I first got into playing this game, I got the it was the second edition Warhammer. We had the high
Oh,
elves
the high
and
elves.
goblins,
Yeah.
and I remember having like I think at the time I think it was 70 goblin spearmen. And I mean, for starters, those spears are sharp.
Because was that metal?
No, they're plastic,
They're
but they
plastic
were
ones.
so sharp, Tom. Oh my goodness! And then you would end up, they'll just snap all the time.
Because these are the ones that are quite regimented, the elves one, aren't they? Because they've got the shield and the like this, aren't
Yeah,
they? And they're just like all in that same kind of pose. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and they were spiky as anything, and I broke a lot of them. And also the goblin archers used to get in there as well. The top of the bows would snap off.
Getting
I
on
think
the
the bottom
action.
of the bow would be touching the ground. The top would just be up. Yeah, God, they would snap everywhere.
Well, so luckily, I suppose the one positive about our armies is that a lot of them have quite chunky models, apart from some of the low end. I suppose not. Sorry, the chaff models. If you know what I mean. Like your cultism scouts, I think most of them are quite robust. I tend to find most breakages on Marines happen at shoulder joints and stuff like that, where they just sort of go, "Oh, I've just oopsie daisy," and then you stick it back on, no problem. But yeah, but there are flimsy models. I think like my assassin. I think the Caladus assassin's hair is a good example.
Oh right, yeah.
Because it's that long wispy braid, and it's just like you stick it in, it's like, oh, that snapped. That actually has snapped, and I've had to glue that in the middle.
Oh no, no, that's not good, is it?
No.
Oh, we've got some more examples here, Tom. Got some examples of breaky models.
Urukai
Custodes.
pikemen. Oh, sorry, go on, you go. You were reading.
Yeah. So I'll do the first one if you want.
There you go for
Custodes
it.
have spikes on the backs of their spears and axes. They break and demolish our plumes, and they catch on everything. Yeah. Oh gosh.
And
Yeah,
thought
I can
about
imagine.
custodes. Actually, they've got a lot of those halberd things, haven't they? Actually.
Yeah, I think that must be the axes.
Yeah, and then we've got the Urukai pikemen, Gondor mounted knights, and Citadel guard with the actually Citadel guards. I could imagine that'd be a nightmare. That's all pretty much all spear. The whole model's a spear, basically.
Yeah. Or Urukai pikemen. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Oh yeah, because they're really long as well, aren't they? The Urukais, because they're like they're like proper pikes.
Well,
Yeah, they're like
not just a big spear, but a big, massive spear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Find you in, and then Old Empire spearmen halberdiers had. Yes. I'll tell you what. The halberdiers in that range, because they had quite heavy heads on them. I remember them always breaking exactly where the haft joined the head, and you're like, great, because every time it doesn't matter, you can stick it back on as many times as you really want to. Just next time you put it away, snap.
It's gonna come off again.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not good. I think we should look back and kind of see how far we've come. Like for instance, metal models. When there were multi-part metal models, they were always breaking. Always breaking. In fact, I found one the other day. I found in one of my model boxes. I found this. It's a flayed one's claw, a metal flayed.
Oh, the flayed ones. Oh, they were horrible.
Yeah.
They were all like just like lots of breaky bits on theirs, and yeah.
Yeah, bits spiky bits. Yeah, not good.
Yeah,
Or the rock clobber. I remember having the old fantasy rock clobber, and geez, the amount of times that thing would fall apart just by looking at it, and it would just like crumple down.
It's like whenever you see the like the old metal Thunderhawk.
Yeah, exactly the same.
And the problem with that one is if you had that on the battlefield and it fell apart, you'd break other models.
Yeah, you can imagine the noise that would make. It like falling apart mid-air.
Oh no!
No one wants that.
And I think Captain was saying the Urks were about 1 millimeter thick and 3 inches long. Yeah, okay, that's not a good combination. I'm trying to think of other really bad models I've had over the years. The ones that always used to break. I think chain swords, if you don't put them in tight poses were always a bit susceptible, because I used to quite like having a few that were pointing like they were charging, straight ahead kind of thing. But you try to pack them away. I mean, obviously, newer style packing nowadays is kind of that magnetic sheeting, everything standing up, not in foam, which I think is probably negates a lot of those problems. It's normally when you put the pressure down the top of a lid and it compresses all the foam, that's when you normally get the breakages, I think.
Yeah.
That and I see Chaplin's Croziuses as well. They were annoying because they're never in a decent position.
Yeah. No, I had that with the Dark Apostle actually.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Dark Apostle had exactly the same problem. We were just like gone. Like no. Lich Guard. I've got 2 Lich Guard on my hobby station here, where the axes have snapped off.
Oh yeah,
that's a Necron problem. That's a Necron problem. That's still a current problem as well. Pesky axes that just come off of the hand as well, so the whole hand and wrist come off. So it's just the arms.
Nice. It's not here.
Yeah.
It's just not even one you can go. Oh, I'll get over that.
That's annoying because it's obviously a problem because I've got 2 here, and I'm pretty sure I've had some in the past as well where it happens. It's like, oh, come on.
That's when the blue tack comes out, right?
Yeah, it is when the blue tack comes out. Or I might just do sparks coming out of their wrist or something.
A breakage.
Yeah, that's what happens. It's repairing. It's repairing.
It's currently in reanimation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get away with that in Necron, I think. That'll be all right. I'd let you do that.
Thank you, Tom. So, this week we also saw a new box set coming out.
Oh, is this... Oh, hang on a second.
You can do this.
Just finished. No, sorry. I was just painting something a little bit delicate. Was it the? Is this the Blood Angels one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Blood Angel box set.
Yes.
Yes. Have you had a chance to look at it?
I've had a brief look at it. Yes, I haven't looked at it in great detail. But I'd skimmed over, I think, the release because obviously there's also a new Lamarte's model. Is that right?
There is indeed.
Astro Ath is in there as well.
Yep. Yes.
Although they're separate kits, because I think Lamarte's is a separate model, isn't he?
Yeah, the 2 separate kits in there. So you get the box set, and then you get, I think, 20. I'm just having a look at it now. 20 Dev Company, maybe. Yeah, 20 Dev Company, or Assault Intercessors.
Yes, yeah.
Jump pack and on foot, but with the
Death Company's upgrades or whatever.
Bits and bobs, yeah. And the Combat Dreadnought, which is called the
Brutalis.
Brutalis. Yes, I got it right.
You got it. So I actually like the Brutalis model actually.
It looks even cooler.
I think a lot of people give that one a bit of a hard time. I think it's actually quite a nice model. That.
Yeah.
I think the shooty one's the one that gives me a bit of a like. Yeah. Oh look.
Yeah, it's not as nice, but the Brutalis, I think he's got a lot of room. You can do stuff with it. I like it. It's a very cool model. But yeah, I'm very impressed with the 2 new models, character models, especially Lamarte's with his very aggressive.
I saw a very good Photoshop someone did to make it look like Khan.
Oh really?
Yeah, they put his axe on the left-hand side and gave them the corn head piece, and I was like, oh yeah, he could pass.
Yeah, exactly. Can make him a corn lord of some form, but yeah, he's a very cool pose. I like him. So yes, I think one of our friends was tempted to get back into it just for those models.
Yes, yeah.
Hello, Andy. Welcome. Yes, very excited for Blanchel stuff. It's very cool stuff. Why do people give Brutality rubbish? It is a fantastic model, isn't it?
I think it's one of their better dreadnoughts they've done. I think
recently, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Redemptor's all right. I just find, I mean, obviously it's a very similar chassis all round anyway. So it's not like there's a huge difference in them, but the Brutalis I think just looks how a dreadnought I think should look. Yeah, that nice combat thing. I think I've gone off the shooty dreadnoughts, to be honest. I don't know what it is about them.
Yeah, I don't know. If do you want to go all in on one thing or kind of a balance? I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know. On paper, I love the idea of a combat dreadnought.
They're just not that brilliant. I mean, it's got some really cool rules if they make a charge, because obviously they get the mortal wounds hit.
Yeah.
And if it makes it in, it probably swings all right. But again, I think we've discussed this before. They're in that toughness bracket which makes them a little bit kind of
Yeah,
not quite.
absolutely.
I don't know. Is a Hellbrute any better? I presume it's probably not. I haven't really.
A Hellbrute gives a bit of a boost to other units, I believe, with Dark Pacting. I think it kind of makes other units a bit more fun and exciting. I haven't used one yet. Let me just have a quick look at the rules. Ba, 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 ba. Unless someone can type faster than I can.
Death Company rules are reroll hits. Maybe the Brutalis will be unstoppable with the. Yeah, do you know what? Because it's twin linked as well. Yes, you're right, Andy. That's not a bad shout because obviously reroll hits and twin linked. Very cool idea. I would definitely have 3. But yeah.
Okay. So. While a friendly heretic Astartes unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time that unit makes a Dark Pact, until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by the models in that unit gain both abilities.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
Have they got any good? I see. It's other models, not itself.
Yeah. It's not the Dreadnought. It's units nearby.
Oh wow. Backfield with Havocs.
Backfield, yeah. Chuck a couple of combat long-range weapons on it. Kapow, kapow.
Done.
Or running up the field.
Can you change the weaponry on a Hellbrute? I don't think you could.
Yeah. So you got different options.
I thought you could only have its whatever the metal thing in the fist.
No, you can give it like las cannons, missile launchers.
Oh, okay. They've changed it back around. Okay.
That's cool. Yeah. So it's got a fair few options on it. So
obviously, when they did away with the Dreadnought model, I thought they dropped all that.
No, it's got other options on there. Also, if you give it 2 combat weapons, you get 2 attacks.
Twin linked as well, maybe.
Weapons. Add 2 to the equip 2 melee weapons in addition to its close combat weapons.
Does it get extra attacks?
Add 2 to the characteristic of those weapons.
There you go. So you get 2 on each.
So the Power Scourge is 8 attacks normally, so that go up to 10.
Oh, but isn't that only if you have 2 Power Scourges though?
I think it just says 2 combat weapons.
Yeah.
2 melee weapons. Yeah, so you just pick 2 combat weapons and see what you want to go with. So let's have a quick look at the war gear options. Yeah, so you can give it the Hellbrute Fist and then a Power Scourge. But obviously you've got to pick which one you're going with.
Yeah.
So do you want to go with a hammer? The hammer's quite cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot they get a hammer, don't they? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, you give a big boy hammer. Yeah, so I might go big boy hammer. And a fist and a hammer. Just run up the field.
Done.
Looking angry.
Job done. Nothing to worry about.
It's a perfect build. Because then if you're running up the field, you can run up alongside a combat squad, like maybe Terminators.
Yeah, because then they're going to. I suspect if they know the hammer's coming in, that's one thing that's quite to worry about rather than the other things, because that's a lot harder to deal with in combat. Obviously, Dreadnoughts.
Hang on, did I just say it's any weapon or shooting weapon?
Oh, that would make a big decision on it.
No, it just says weapons equipped by the unit. So, let's say you put it with Terminators, for instance. And or put it alongside to it. That's quite a horrible block to deal with anyway, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think.
So what you do, put it with Terminators, and then their weapons get lethal hits, sustain hits, and they also, because you've done a Dark Pact on them, get to re-roll the hit roll.
See, there you go. You've got it, and all you got to do is not fail your Dark Pact.
Yeah.
Which I know you don't ever do.
Don't fail it. Give you guys an icon. Everyone needs an icon. Can you give these guys icons? Of course you can. You must be able to.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh no. Maybe Legionnaires then.
Maybe Legionnaires only.
At least Legionnaire's got a bit of a chance, but it all goes wrong.
Yeah. He works well with Death Guard, making anything he hits have contagion. I see. There's another good. Yeah, okay. Didn't think about that either. That's not a bad shout. You haven't played my Death Guard for quite a while, actually. I might have to give them a run out soon. Because I wanted to try out their Dreads. Not Dreads, sorry, their Terminators, because I haven't really played them for quite a while. They haven't had their Codex yet, have they? Death Guard, or have... No, they haven't, have they? Not the new one, anyway.
I was actually looking at my guard the other day.
Oh, really? Yes. You haven't had them out for a very long time.
Yeah, I was thinking what I could use. I mean, it's an interesting place guard are in with my collection of guards to see what I can do.
Because they're still not on Codex, yeah, aren't they? Is that right?
Yeah, it's still indexy.
They're still index based, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them out. That'd be cool.
Guard could be quite fun. Also, I got my flyers, and I was like, I want to play flyers. I don't care what people say. I want to play flyers. I think they could be a lot of fun.
I think we proved in certain battles, like especially during that Apocalypse one we had, they were actually quite useful. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd say definitely try it because at the end of the day, you don't know till you try it. So, Age of the Imperium is fun. Oh, I don't know about Age of the Imperium. I'm going to wait and see what's actually in the book because yeah, a lot of people aren't too happy with it.
I am coming from a different point of view, Tom, where I would be well up for using Agents of the Imperium.
I think for you because because of way. I mean, for me, I mean, it doesn't. It's like, I suppose if all the assassin rules end up and they're going to have to, which I suspect they probably will do. But yeah, because you've got I suppose you've got some smaller end armies in the Imperial areas, which you can kind of mix and match a little bit.
I quite like the idea of having a little Inquisition host, and then having like battle sisters on there with guard as well. I mean, that's how I picture my Imperial army anyway. It's like an assortment of bits.
Yeah.
Rather than like pure Marines, for instance, where I think your Templars come from. Are just like you've got a massive Marine army. Yeah. Do you want to really jeopardize it by putting other stuff in, or
probably not? Any thought on what Guard will get with their Codex? New special character, new generic character type, new unit. I don't know. I mean,
what would Guard get?
I mean, they obviously got that new tank last time out, didn't they?
Yeah.
The old Russ. Oh, the Rogal Dawn, I should say, wasn't it? Not Russ. I'd like to see the infantry get a rehash. To be fair,
they've already got new models.
I'd like to see another regiment though.
Oh, another regiment.
Yeah, just for customization purposes, not necessarily difference, but yeah, because obviously the more you get that, the more you can customize your. I mean, back in the day, as you know, there was lots of choice over different regiments.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's not, it's not a tremendous amount of options.
Not at all. No, you don't really get many.
It's just Catachan and Cadian, isn't it? Still,
yeah,
pretty much as a base.
It is indeed. Well, it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, Horus Heresy have now got their plastic Astra Militarum, or Solar Auxilia.
Solar Auxilia, yeah.
Yeah, and it'd be quite cool to see them kind of like appearing a bit more in 40k because they're quite adapt to being converted, I would have thought. But yeah, Krieg, Deathcore Krieg. I think models.
I think Krieg would be the logical one they would do.
Yeah, because I looked and in the index they still have the characters for Deathcore Krieg in there, which are a Krieg. So I was like, oh, okay, well that's a possibility that they haven't instantly legidified them.
No, because I think they're too popular to from a collector point of view. And I think if they made them that way, I think they would sell pretty well. I think they're one of those armies. I think that people would go, oh, quite. I mean, even I would be very tempted, even though I've had a guard army before. But I don't think I'll do it. But it's one army I would definitely consider because I just love the aesthetic of them. I think they're really, really cool.
Yeah, because I kind of think if you look at, for instance, you've got Kill Team and we've had Chaos Traitor Guard. And through Kill Team and like Blackstone Fortress and even now through, just through those two, you've got a range of models there, and which have got 40k rules, and they're kind of like fitting in quite nicely to it now. And you could do exactly the same with Deathcore Agreed, where you can just kind of go, all right, we're going to put some more stuff from Kill Team in there, or even just launch a couple of models, and you can buy the box separately.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I feel like
I
that.
think there's a lot of scope for that army, is what I'm kind of getting at. I think there's a lot of options they could do to make it more varied than just being that standard rank and file guardsman from Cadia.
Yeah.
Some Talarn would be cool. I'd get back into Talarn was another really cool one they had. With Desert Raiders, because I think that's the bit that Guard misses, that little bit of flavour on their armies. I think that's all. Back the way it used to be. So I must say, yeah, I had Valhallan was my first Guard army. Very long time ago, and I love. Is it Valhallan or Vostrian? Sorry, is it Vostrian? Valhallan? I get confused. The ice ones.
Valhalla.
It is Valhallan, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Fostering a big boy hats.
That was it. Yes, yeah. Because then you got the what's the one with the M? Mordian. That's the one. Yeah, that's the other one. And obviously Praetorians is if you go back on our channel a fair bit, you'll find some videos with someone who used to come down sort of every other year for a Praetorian game. Very cool. That's another very cool looking army.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be nice to kind of see what they can do and just bring out some more models, even if it's like one-off model, like just to give people a bit of hope and an idea that you might have a Talarn or a Valhallan captain that just comes out. Like it could just be a store anniversary model or a Warhammer TV one where they just bring out one model and go, here's a Mordian guy, or here's a Praetorian, or here's blah blah blah, and then people can go, oh nice, is this coming?
And then people can also kind of go, oh, I'm going to buy that, and they'll get an indication whether it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good point. It can be like a market research kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, they can use more. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll go with this one.
I actually think Talarn could be an upgrade for Caddy and some base armor and guns. Just heads. Yeah, I think that's not a bad swap. And I'm shocked we don't have a Tannis first and only proper infantry squad box. I mean, they used to.
Yeah.
They did used to have one of those rules, right? God knows if you can find that anywhere. I'd to say.
I'll tell you, I played a doubles tournament, and someone had a first and only squad.
I think I remember. I think I remember. I think I do remember you saying about this. It was a little while ago.
And I was like, I'm not killing them. I don't care what happens. I can't shoot them. I've got to avoid any potential conflict with that squad, and just kind of leave them off the board. And I think they were the last squad of the opponent that had on there. I was like, I'm not shooting them. I refuse. I cannot kill them. Cannot kill McCool. He's a hero.
So yeah, well, like I said, hopefully they will have a look at that as some options. But I think if there was anyone I put money on, it would be Krieg at the moment. I think just because they've already done the sculpts for the kill team, so I think it would be very easy for them to mass produce like the basic guardsman kits off those ones with a few variations. So we will see. Yeah. Right, before we get carried away, I better do this thingy, haven't we?
The thingy, what's it? Let's do it, big boy.
Let this last round dry. I'll just show you one of the ones I just finished doing the last highlights on. There's a
Ooh,
getting that. A little bit of tidying to do, but nothing too bad.
I have got 2 more Terminators to do spikes on. They're all coming out quite nicely so far. This is a squad of got the Reaper autocannon, Power Fist, and everyone's got a Power Fist. A Chain Fist, and everyone else has got a Power Fist. Because I was like, yeah, it could be good. Could be a bit of fun here.
All right. So we asked people to have a go at freehanding.
Ooh.
Wasn't many restrictions on it because we wanted to try and make it as accessible as possible. Now, sadly, only 2 people managed to get an entry in. So bad effort, all of you that didn't enter. Yeah, that's right.
Shame.
Unbelievable. But I might have to get a Shane bell put on the channel, Dom. I think that's probably what I have to do. I think.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Anyway, you can have a go this on the next one for this month if you want. So just make sure you stick around for that, because we'll go through that in a minute. With regards to this one, so we had 2 entries, and here is a number 1.
Ooh.
This is from Aaron, who has done some freehanding in several places on this lovely orc model. Just try and make sure I fit this on the actual screen. There we go. Sorry if it's covering your face a bit, Dom, but I just wanted to make sure I actually could see what was going on there. So as we can see here, we have some work done on some cape at the top right hand there, some arm painting going on, and I believe on the squig there as well.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good. I think, for instance, tattoos as well.
Yes.
On models, it's massive. I have never tried it. Not even do a scripture like for word bearers.
No.
It just looks so intimidating, let alone with an orc, and being able to do all the big orky ripply muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, tell a lie. I have tried it once on a Kathachan jungle fighter on his big ripply muscles, and it was hard work. So I mean, that is absolutely amazing, and it's just a very cool look that Aaron's kind of pulled off here with everything that's going on with this squiggy boy.
Indeed. And I'm very, very cool entry, Aaron, and thank you very much for taking the time of getting it done and post up to us. So well done. You're going to get your traditional round of applause for your work.
Ready, everybody?
Here we go. And then we have a second entry from Captain Jack, which should be straight up on the screen. Oh, blimey.
Blimey, governor.
That's a bit bigger than I wanted it to be. We have a fancy banner.
A white rose.
If you...
a...
yeah, I suppose. I mean, if you want to give a significance of it, Jack, let us know in chat now, because I know you're watching. So can you just clapped a minute ago and stuff? So let us know what this is actually designating and what it means for your army or setup you've got going on there. But yeah, kind of a gold. The dead moth in the window. You won't have an idea of how much Death Moth in the Window resonates with myself and Dom, actually, by the way. But we'll tell you that story one day. Especially ones that resurrect themselves. But so we've got gold leaf around this white flower here, which is very cool. And some obviously, I think, well, is that, I assume the diamond is part of the banner by the looks of it. So yeah, so the free hand is in the middle there. So it's the Company of the Mountain Rose. It's from the Cities of Sig. Oh, cool. That is nice. Nice to have a bit of backstory to it. But yeah, that was I can imagine that was a real pain to do because it's quite a small space. Because what I'm trying to do is get a size comparison, because obviously that's a human holding the flag, so that can't be that much bigger than him.
A mere mortal, Tom.
Yeah.
A mere mortal is holding that banner.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, it's really nice. I mean, it's quite hard to tell with the metallics going on there about the detail, but you can kind of see where there's a fine line of gold
in between the white
petals, and you kind of it makes it look, it just comes alive a bit more, because I think without those lines, or
it's definitely worth putting them in. No, I get what you mean.
Exactly. Adds a nice depth and detail.
Yeah.
That is pretty darn good, Jack.
Yes.
Definitely needs a round of applause for it. So everybody at home, here we go. Ready, steady, go. Clap, 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 clap.
All right. So, unfortunately, that's it, guys. So.
Oh no!
We're looking at all of you. But anyway, we have chosen the winner out of those two. And it will be Aaron with his orc design motif on several parts there.
Hooray!
But this is very cleanly done, and some pretty cool kind of addition to that model. I think you've made that model look even better than your current paint job even does. So it's, that's quite a feat as well. So well done.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be putting these pictures up on Instagram as well later. People can see what a talented group of people that we have in our Discord community. So, gentlemen, thank you very much. That is amazing.
Speaking of Discord, if you haven't joined, there's a link in chat. Just click the link, join the waiting room, we'll get you in. But well done. Yes, but well done, Aaron. So there we go.
Yes, well done, sir.
Now
Well
I'm gonna
done.
do my current idea for the next challenge. That's what I'm looking for. So I'll just try to check something on the screen at the same time.
Yeah.
Where's my chat gone? Here we go.
Don't call me babe.
What I was going to suggest we do is a slightly similar vein to this, but it's going to be, this is kind of a little bit more free reign. So we want well, what I suggest we should do, it's coming, I'm just phrasing this in my head, is kind of challenge yourself to paint a part of a model or a whole model. You can choose which way you want to do that. It doesn't matter, to your best of ability. And the reason I've done it that way is that if you only want to concentrate on a sword, or you want to concentrate on a shoulder pad, or you want to concentrate on a head, or a whatever, or an entire model, it's totally up to you. You can decide how much work you want to make it for yourself, you know. But the judging will be based on how good we think you've done on that particular part or model. All right. And you just go to town on it. So obviously the idea of giving you the option to pick a single part of a model is that you can go to town on that one part and not have to worry about doing the entire model. All right. And it will just be based on just how well you've done it. I was going to limit it to like colours or something, but I thought, I don't know what everyone's got. It could be like, you know, it could be real pain. I was thinking about like a 6-colour challenge or something like that, which is great.
That's good.
It's great if you do, if you everyone's got the paint, but if not, that's a bit of a problem. So, does that work for you, Dom? Does that sound good?
I think that's a very good idea, Tom.
Cool.
I mean, that gives people a lot of room to kind of.
It's kind of gives everyone a nice free reign to pick what they want to do, how they want to do it, and yeah, it's just more of a let's see how far you get with a single player. So if you want to work on a pauldron for a month, no problem.
Who doesn't want to work on a pauldron for a month?
If you want to work on the captain's head for a month, go for it. That's what
Everyone
I say.
wants to work on the captain's head.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that will be due in on the 27th of August.
Ooh.
Which I think is the day after we get back from doing something else as well.
Yeah. Busy boys.
So rules says sounds great. I can definitely do that. Cool. Well, I will put the full details up in our Discord shortly to say it's got a pinned link in there to make sure everyone's aware of when it's due and what they have to do. But yeah, no.
Yep.
There you go. So it's perfect. Who wants to work on my head and which? You see, look.
Yeah.
I tried to avoid going to that tone, but obviously I've failed.
It's the crowd that we encourage.
I know. It's yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, yeah.
What people want, Tom. People want to be working on people's heads.
Yeah. I mean, I'll let you become chief headmaster. Okay.
Polishing the captain's helmet.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Rules are you can if you want to do a before and after that, it's absolutely fine. If equally like you say, if you want to touch up something that it looks kind of a bit drab, dreary, or whatever, that's not a problem as well. It's about improving or creating a piece of work to the best of your ability, pretty much on any canvas. All right, so you can either do a whole model, single part, the whole thing. Just make sure that if you don't pick a really well done model and then add a line to it and say that's much better, because when we see the before and afters, that will kind of we might cotton on to that. All right, so here's my golden demon winner, which I just added this little highlight to. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, look what I've done here.
So yeah, no cheating. All right, and people enter it as well. Come on, it's a nice easy one. This one, really. Yeah, there's no real restrictions on it, and it's as big or small as you want to make it.
Open to interpretation.
Exactly.
If it's a Blood Bowl player, you can write a number on the back and spend a lot of time trying to get the freehand on the number done properly. Or
likewise, if you want to do
the
another good example of that is if you have a go at doing a free-handed number and you've got a whole team, you can show us the first one you did and the last one you did in a long row, and we can see how you've improved on it.
Exactly. Everyone's a winner.
Chicken dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a chicken dinner.
And I think that might be a good place to wrap it up, Dom.
Yes, definitely.
Not because I actually really want to, by the way. It's because I'm just sweating and I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable.
No one likes a sweaty Tom.
No. least all myself.
No, exactly.
What's to
But
say?
guys,
I can't.
thank you very much for watching tonight, because it's been a pleasure as always. Yep, thank you, Rules Lawyer. Look forward. Freehand score markings. Yeah, see, guys, you've got lots of ideas. We're going to put it up on Discord.
Yep.
So make sure you check it out there. Put your postings up there as well. Encourage a friend. If you've got a friend who hasn't entered one of these challenges for a long time,
get them on board. Just make a little chat
Yeah.
group. You know, you got the Discord. Have a little chat in there. Make some plans. Each of you paint an entire squad together.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
I have been Tom, and this has been
Dom.
And we are Black Toe Studio. It's been a pleasure to talk to you all, and we will catch you on the next stream. Take care, everyone.
Doo-doo-doo.